Kodocha is a series that isn't afraid to explore the inner thoughts and feelings of children. With a main cast of interesting characters who all grow in their own unique ways, it's no surprise that this series goes a bit deeper than most in the shoujo genre. Today, I'd like to take a look at some of the characters in the series that got a lot less screen time than our protagonists, Sana and Akito, and even side characters such as Tsuyoshi. I'm talking about characters that exist in the background of the series, who maybe only have a few lines and don't appear very often. There are 3 characters in Kodocha who I feel could have had a lot more depth, if given the chance to shine more often. These characters showed great promise, especially in the earlier parts of the series, and I was disappointed to see them cast off into the background in favor of the romance and drama in the later chapters/seasons. The 3 characters, along with some honorable mentions, that I'm going to discuss today are Gomi, Heisei, and Mamie, all fellow students and friends who attend both elementary and middle school with Sana and Akito. Gomi is one of the boys in Akito's gang at the beginning of the series. He seems to be the one who's right below Akito in the boys' hierarchy, as he picks a fight with Akito shortly after he quote-unquote steps down from the position of boss monkey, after Sana gets the embarrassing photo of him. Gomi is very hot-headed and seems to enjoy causing trouble at school. Towards the end of the first half of the anime, we get a glimpse into Gomi's home life. Gomi has very strict parents who have great expectations for him, which include getting him into a prestigious middle school once Gomi graduates elementary. Gomi wants to go to middle school with the rest of his friends, and is upset with the demands placed on him by his parents. It's revealed that Gomi also misses how things used to be in their class when Akito was causing trouble and leading the gang of boys, because Gomi said it was a lot of fun. Out of frustration, Gomi steals water pistols from a store, and blames this on Akito in fear of getting caught, due to how strict his parents are. Feeling extremely guilty, as Akito might get expelled for what happened, Gomi confesses to his father over the phone as to what he's done. At the end of the episode, all the charges were dropped, and Gomi helps Akito defend himself against the group of bullies from the middle school. It's a nice mini-arc of a character we don't know much about, apart from his brief interactions with Akito at the beginning of the series. I was honestly hoping for more with this character, maybe getting to see Gomi become close friends with both Akito and Tsuyoshi. The anime never explores Gomi or his friendships past this arc. I really disliked how they made him just a part of the gang of boys and never really went deeper with his home life or growth. It would have been interesting to see him open up to Akito more and maybe look deeper into his love for trouble beyond it just being fun for him. In my opinion, when I look at this character, his rebellious nature probably stems from his rigid home life, and he desires to have fun and be a kid because he can't comfortably do so at home. I also think it's mentioned in these episodes that Gomi has an older brother, and it would have been interesting to have them explore his relationship with his brother as well. Maybe they have a rivalry of some kind? Maybe Gomi looks up to him and possibly has feelings of insecurity because of what his brother has achieved, going to a more prestigious school than Gomi will. I do wish that if we ever get an anime reboot, and it does include filler content, more backstory and depth is given to Gomi, as he has a unique personality that completely differs from the main boys in the series, such as Akito and Tsuyoshi. I think Gomi would have complemented both Akito and Tsuyoshi well, and would have been a fun addition to their friendship, making them the 3 musketeers, so to speak. During the infamous Takashi section of the anime, when we briefly get to see a bit more of Gomi, we also get a brief storyline related to Heisei. Heisei seems to be admiring a classmate from afar, a boy playing tennis on the tennis court. For comedic purposes, we find out at the end of the episode that this person she is admiring is not a boy, but is in fact a female. Heisei is extremely embarrassed by this, as we can tell by her facial expression. Other than this situation, we really don't get to see Heisei much in the series, apart from being in the background of Sana's friends. There's a storyline at the beginning of the series where Sana misses Heisei's birthday party, unironically symbolism that not much importance is placed on her character, and there never will be. During middle school, Heisei and Gomi become friends and put aside their differences. I've always had a headcanon that Heisei and Gomi would end up together, but unfortunately we never see this come to fruition. With Heisei, it would have been interesting to focus on romance with her character development. Like Gomi, she can also be very hot-headed and blunt. I think seeing the two get into heated arguments would have been entertaining to watch and make for a good love story. It would be like a discount Sana and Akito situation, if you will. Also, I would have loved to see Heisei excelling at something she's passionate about. It would have been cool to see her join a club at school, something that brings out her competitive spirit. Maybe we could see her on the tennis court. We'll never know, unfortunately. Just like Gomi, an anime reboot would be the perfect place to give Heisei more screen time, so we can see her develop alongside the rest of the main cast. Mamie is one of the few characters in Kodocha that I feel was never truly happy. Or at least, we never got to see her that way. Mamie is one of the main victims of Akito's bullying at the beginning of the series, as he gets the other boys to try and drown her for calling him a monster. From then on, Mamie is terrified of Akito and has a hard time forgiving him for what he did to her. This was a great filler episode where we got to see more into the inner psyche of Mamie. Episode 25 was not only great in that sense, but it also conveyed the message that sometimes it can be really difficult to forgive someone who hurt you. I think it's important to realize that for everyone, there are different lines and boundaries that can't be crossed, and we can't always immediately forgive the person that hurt us. Sometimes we can never forgive a person if the hurt runs too deeply. I think this episode did a great job at conveying that message, and I liked how it ended with Mamie and Akito mutually respecting each other, even though Mamie was still holding on to her pain. Everyone deals with sadness and pain differently, and sometimes not forgiving is how some people move forward. It's sad that we never really get to see Mamie heal from what Akito did to her. And later on in the series, I hate how the writers of the anime felt it necessary to make it so Sana forgets to write about Mamie in her autobiography. I know Mamie is a fictional character, but I just wanted the best for her after the suffering she went through. And it was as if the anime writers wanted to pour salt on an already open wound. With Mamie, I feel like we never really got closure. We never see her grow, and she's placed further in the background, more than Heisei and Gomi in my opinion. We don't know much about her home life or even her strengths. The only thing we can infer from the filler episodes about her is that she enjoys caring for animals. Maybe in a possible reboot for the series, they could explore Mamie's interest in caring for animals, and maybe we get to see her on a path becoming a veterinarian. As promised, here are some honorable mentions. Characters who deserved more growth and screen time than they got. Number 1 would have to be Aya, another one of Sana's friends and Tsuyoshi's girlfriend. Unlike the other characters in the main friend group, we don't really get much backstory on Aya. She's very sweet, quiet, and shy, and is madly in love with Tsuyoshi. I don't like how after a while she's just reduced to being his girlfriend, and we never really get interesting episodes or chapters about her. And my last honorable mention goes to, and I hate to say it, Sana's father in the anime Takashi Gojo. As mentioned in a previous video, which I will link below, his arc in the series is very much a disaster, and it's one I almost wanted to like but never could. The way the anime writers handled his character was just absurd, and what could have been a very deep and compelling character only became an unsettling, unfunny creeper. But like I said, we discussed this in full in the video link below. Thank you for watching the video. What are your thoughts on my picks for this video? Do you agree or disagree that they all had wasted potential in the series? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and please like and subscribe for more Kodocha content in the future. See ya!